I'm here at the old Ferry Boat Inn in Cambridgeshire, um, exploring a legend, a folk tale of a young girl called Juliet Tewsley. She was said to have not had love reciprocated by a young man called Tom Zool, and because this love wasn't reciprocated, she commits suicide just over the way there, hanging from a tree, supposedly in his path when he went to work in the morning. He was a woodcutter. Because she did commit suicide and things were very Catholic back in the day, it was considered a crime. So she was buried in an unmarked grave, which is just inside the pub there. There's just a piece of slate on the ground inside the pub. Now, initially, the pub was, an old ferry boat inn, and apparently it's one of the oldest pubs or one of the oldest inns in England. There are, tales and scripture that says that they were serving alcohol from at least the year 480 to 560, which does make it theoretically one of the oldest inns in England. So back to Juliet Tewsley. So initially, this pub was quite a small building, and they built over her grave, but leaving it untouched. So I'm here because it's said that she rises on the 17th of March at midnight annually every year, looking for her lost love, and I'm hoping to catch Juliet. It's just behind this flower bed here at the sort of back of the pub, or maybe the front of the pub, where she's buried. And I'll insert a picture, because I've got one from a previous time. So it's now midnight, and I'm just at the ferry boat inn. Do excuse me holding the camera. It's said that Juliet is to rise and try and find her loved one. I'm going to be going back over this footage just to see if I can see anything, because I've got the camera held the other way. So do excuse me, I shan't be doing too many talking spots at the moment. But it is just behind me where she is buried. apparently the lights are supposed to go out if you say "Good night, Juliet." The lights do remain on, and I've not seen anything, nor have I really sort of felt anything, but there is an eeriness here. Juliet, Juliet, Juliet Tewsley, are you here? Are you trying to find Tom? Juliet Tewsley, are you here? Are you trying to find Tom? Please speak to me, Juliet, if you can hear me. Juliet Tewsley, are you here? Juliet Tewsley, are you here? So I'm just at the bank of the Ouse at the moment, just outside the ferry boat inn, and it's 10 past midnight now, and I did just hear what sounded like footsteps coming out of the water, something coming out of the water. It sounded like water sort of dripping off of something. It's hard to explain, but you know, I did see a swan earlier in the water, and it could just be a duck, you know, a swan perhaps, you know, flapping in the water. But I did hear something just on the bank there. Juliet, is that you? See, I suppose the thing is, you know, being outside at this hour, any sound is going to sound a little suspicious. Well, I guess one thing remains to be said. Good night, Juliet. So I figured while I was in Holywell that I'd come and visit the Holy Well. I don't know what was named first, this Holy Well or the place, but this also has a story, and it could be connected to Juliet Tewsley. It was said that young ladies who lived here would throw their pennies into this well to perhaps get a glimpse, you know, some sort of like foresight into the man that they would marry. Like an image would supposedly come to them. Perhaps Juliet saw Tom, and that's perhaps how the story went. But this is I'm at St John the Baptist Church in Holywell, and it's just gone midnight now. I mean, there's always something quite eerie about cemeteries, regardless of what time you're You're at them.